Hey guys, it's Justin, here with my buddy Dave again. We're taking a drive up to that sketchy flea market. Dave has recently got addicted to collecting N64 stuff, and I know they have a bunch of it up here. I can't remember exactly what they have, and I haven't been up here since I got that copy of Gyromite with the Famicom converter. So that was back in the summer, so it's been a while. So we'll see if they got anything good. I'll try to get some footage in the inside. Not sure if I'm going to or not, but if I get anything good, I'll do a pickup video when I get back to my house. So take care. Hey guys, Justin here. You saw earlier Dave and I were taking a drive up to that sketchy flea market store. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get any footage inside of the store, and I'll explain why right now. When we got there, we went into the rooms where they used to keep all their video games, and I noticed that the only games that they had on display were like all of their disc-based games. And I mean, they had them all the way back to like Sega Saturn, but there was no NES or Super Nintendo or N64 cartridges anywhere. And the room that they used to keep them in was blocked off. I mean, the door was shut and there was a sign on the door that said, employees only, no access. So I was kind of nervous, you know, where did all the games go? We actually went and asked the owner, and it turns out that today was the day that they were going ahead and listing all of their old video games on eBay because they couldn't sell them. Which sounds like it'd be a bad thing for us, but it actually ended up working out in our favor because we went into the room that was closed off, and sure enough, there was a guy back there on his computer, and when we walked in there, he was actually typing up the listing for all of their N64 games. They were selling them all in one big lot. So obviously we asked him, you know, did you already list everything, or can we maybe make some offers on some stuff? And he had only listed a couple systems, so we still had all the games and everything, and he was like, yeah, I guess. So Dave went over and looked at the N64 games, and it was like 90% sports games, but I think he managed to find a couple good ones. He got like Star Wars, Shadow of the Empire, Turok 1, I think he got Pokemon Puzzle League, and he might have got one more, but I think he got them all for like $10, so it was a decent deal. And he actually got this, which he gave to me, which is cool. It's the box and manual for Quake for the N64. I actually don't have this game yet, but I will definitely be picking it up now to complete this copy because I've said it before, my boxed N64 collection is definitely slacking, even with those cool Goodwill games that I picked up a little while ago. But that was cool that he gave this to me. And I was mainly interested in the NES games, and they had 2 huge boxes of NES games. So I just kind of started going through and setting aside all the games that I didn't already have. And I ended up with a nice stack of them here anyway. So I'll just go ahead and show these ones that I picked up right now. I got Loops, which I don't even know what this game is. It looks kind of like Pipe Dream or like a puzzle game or like an old computer puzzle game or something. I've never played it. And you can laugh at this one if you want, but it's Fisher-Price Firehouse Rescue. I don't really plan on ever playing this, but you know, it's just one I had to pick up for the collection. You got Hollywood Squares and Blades of Steel, which I already have this game, but this is it says Konami Classic Series, and it's got like a red border on the label. The label I have is all silver. I think this one's a little bit harder to find, and I don't know if it's worth any more money or not, but I didn't have this label variation, so I decided I'd grab that one too. And here's another one you can laugh at if you want, but it's Barbie. Another one that I just, you know, picked up for the collection, I promise. I think this is a terrible game anyway. I think AVGN did a review on this game. We got Dash Galaxy in the Alien Asylum, which I see this game in eBay lots all the time, but I never picked it up, so. American Gladiators, Star Trek 25th Anniversary, and what, Golf Power, or what's this? Maybe it's Greg Norman's Golf Power. I don't know. This one looks really cool though. It's Ninja Kid, and it's by what, Bandai. It is a 5-screw game. I've never played it, but it definitely looks pretty cool. See, I think this one's pronounced Xenophobe. I have no idea what this game is. I've never played it, never seen gameplay of it. Deadly Towers, which I'm pretty sure is an awful game. I'm pretty sure AVGN did a review on this one as well. And Quattro Sports here, which is cool. I mean, I think I only had one Comerica game before today. I think it was like B-52 is the one I have, but now I got this one too, so that's cool. And then I went ahead and picked up Iron Tank, which I was glad to find because I actually, it didn't come with this manual. I actually had this manual, but I didn't have the game, so glad to get that one. And I got a copy of Clax, and Pinbot. And I'm kind of kicking myself for this because I recently did a trade with Super 89T, and he sent me both the box and the manual for both of these games, and I didn't have the games, and Ryan had both of them, so I just gave them to Ryan. You know, if I just would have waited, I could have had them both complete, but I'm glad they went to him instead of someone else, so I'm not too concerned about it. And then I think the last NES game I got was Road Blasters, which was cool. Once again, it didn't come with this box and manual, but I actually already owned this before. I got this in that trade with Super as well, so now I have this one complete. And I picked up one Super Nintendo game. They had a bunch of Super Nintendo games, but they were literally all sports games, and this one is a sports game, but it's Sports Illustrated Championship Football and Baseball. And the only reason I picked this up is because I also owned the box and manual for this game as well and didn't have the game. And ironically enough, I got this box and manual from that same store back in the summer when Ryan and I went up there, and I couldn't find this game anywhere there. So I just ended up picking up the box and manual and decided I'd get the game later. So this was the game that was supposed to go with it. So it's cool that I got that now. Not that I'm too excited about having this game complete or anything, but alright, so I put all those up, I gave them to the guy, and I said, you know, how much are you going to be wanting for these? And right away he just goes on eBay and starts looking them up individually, which normally I'd be kind of mad about, but I really didn't care because I knew that all he was going to find for these games was a bunch of, you know, completed listings that didn't sell for $1.99 and $2.99 because, you know, there's nothing rare in here by any means, and it's just not worth it to sell any of these games individually on eBay because after shipping and stuff, it's just there's no money to be made. So I didn't mind that he was doing that. So, you know, I let him take his time doing that. And while he was doing that, I remembered that they had a crate of handheld systems in that room last time I was up there, and I actually went ahead and found the crate, and he hadn't listed any of the stuff on eBay yet. And I picked out a couple things that I just kind of planning to use to sweeten up the deal here after he hit me with the price. So I'll just go ahead and show what I picked out. I got an original Game Boy here with the instruction manual, and this red Game Boy Pocket. Now the reason I went ahead and grabbed this is because I've owned like 5 of these at least in the last 2 months, and none of them have worked. At least not worked, you know, 100%. I think 3 of them I had screen problems. 1 of them had nothing on the screen. 2 of them had lines going down the screen. I think 1 of them just wouldn't even power on, and another one didn't have sound or something. And you think between those 5 I would have been able to piece them together and at least, you know, make one working one, you know, at least. But the way these things are made, you really can't switch out the parts or anything. So there's nothing really I could do there. So I was happy to find this one. It looks in pretty good condition. I mean, the screen's got a few scratches on it, but it's got the battery cover, and I made sure that there wasn't, you know, a bunch of corrosion in here. There's a little bit, but it didn't look like it was gonna, you know, keep it from working or anything. So I grabbed that, and then as for this Game Boy Pocket, I've never owned one of these, and I got a carrying case for a Game Boy Pocket not too long ago in one of my videos. So I've kind of been keeping my eye out for one of these. Like I said, I've never owned one, but it's in pretty good shape. Similar to that, I mean, it's got some scratches on the screen, but it's got the battery cover and there's no corrosion or anything, so it looked like it should work fine. So I grabbed those, and by the time I found those, I went back over and he had already looked them all up, obviously saw that none of these games were really worth that much money at all, and he just told me to make him an offer. And I said, you know, I usually like to pay about $2 a game. When I think I got like 18 of them or something, so that would have been like $36, and he said, how about 40? And that's when I broke out the Game Boys. I said, how about for an even 50 you throw in these 2 Game Boys? And he said that was fine. So for 50 bucks I got all that, which I thought was a pretty good deal. Thinking back on it, there was a couple things that they had there that I saw that I kind of wish I would have asked about or tried to throw into this deal. They had like a Game Gear battery pack that I probably could have thrown in with these Game Boys and just got for free. And then they had a sealed Game Boy game. It was original Game Boy. It was like Ken Griffey Jr.'s Baseball though, so it was like nothing great, but you know, if I could have got it for like under $5, I probably would have taken it. But you know, and they had a couple Sega Saturn games that I kind of wish I would have asked about. NBA Jam, just because it's NBA Jam, and a couple other ones. But you know what, I was happy. 50 bucks for all this, especially, you know, because I don't have any. These are all games I didn't have, so I don't have to deal with any doubles or anything. So I thought that was a good deal. When I got home, I tested these out. I was a little worried at first because I couldn't get either of them to power on at first. They use different batteries as well. This uses 4 AA batteries, and this is just 2 AAA batteries. But after I got some new batteries and put them in here, they both powered on, and the screens looked like they worked good. So I'm assuming that's just the way these are. You know, these things just devour batteries. So I'm pretty sure you have to use batteries that are either brand new or at least almost new to get them to even work. So I'm just glad that they both work. So that was all we got from that store. And after we left, Dave was still itching to get some N64 stuff. So we actually stopped at the flea market in our town, which is it's owned by the son of the guy who owned the one that we got all this from. And I go in there all the time. It's like right by my house, so I stop in there all the time, and you know I'm just talk to the guy, and you know we're kind of friends, I guess you could say. And so I always ask him, you know, do you get anything new in that I might be interested in? And lately he hasn't been getting much in, at least down my alley. I mean, it's been pretty slow lately. But he said he picked up a few PS1 games. He let me look at them. There was only like 3 of them, and they were really beat up, and they weren't. I didn't think they were very good games at all. But he actually just went ahead and gave me this game. He said he didn't really have a use for it, and I mean, I guess to be honest, neither do I. But it's disc 1 for Lunar, Silver Star Story for PS1. Now I've actually already got this game complete. I got that from Bithead 1000 for winning his Strongman competition. So shout out to you, Bithead. Thank you so much for that game. And you know, obviously, I really don't have much use for just the disc 1. I think it's a 2-disc game, and then there's like a bonus disc that came with mine or something like that. But he just gave this to me for free, so I decided I'd take it and see, you know, if anyone needs this, maybe to complete their copy or something, just let me know. I'm not looking to, you know, trade it or anything. I'll just go ahead and send it to you if someone needs this. But I mean, it's a little scratched up. I mean, it should play, and it's nothing a little resurfaced and can't finish. But if anyone needs this, let me know. So I didn't get anything there. I mean, didn't have anything new. Dave picked up a couple N64 games. I think he got like Diddy Kong Racing and Tarzan and some other game. But after that, we decided we were going to go to the Goodwill. I've already been to the Goodwill like 4 times this week at least, and so there was nothing there that I hadn't already seen, and Dave didn't end up getting anything either. But after we left there, we walked over to the Gamestop, which is like, you know, right next to the Goodwill. And the only reason I ever go to the Gamestop here is to look for GameCube games, because my GameStop actually still buys and sells GameCube games. I know a lot of them, if not most of them, don't now, but mine does, which is cool. So we walked in there, and I noticed they had a bunch of like really nice GameCube games that they must have just got in, because I'd never seen them there before. And I'm trying to think, they had Luigi's Mansion, Paper Mario, Mario Kart Double Dash. They had a copy of Zelda Collector's Edition with like the 4 games on it. I really wanted to get it. They had it marked for 30 bucks, which isn't a bad deal, but it was based on the manual. It was like a previous rental copy, so it had stickers all over the case, and I don't know, it just wasn't in very good condition at all, so I didn't bother with that. But they had another Zelda game there that I did actually end up getting, and it's The Legend of Zelda 4 Swords Adventures, which I believe is just a compilation of like Game Boy Advance games or something like that, but it is complete, and they only had this marked for $15, which I thought was a pretty good deal for this. I mean, on eBay it goes at least 20 bucks, up to 30 is what I've seen lately for this game, and they actually had 2 copies of it, so I actually went ahead and picked up both copies of it. This one is also complete. One of the cases had, you know, the plastic on the front of it was a little beat up, so I actually just switched it out for an extra GameCube case I had, and now they're both in pretty good condition, so I was happy with that for 15 bucks a piece. I'll definitely be keeping one for myself. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the other one, but we'll find something to do with it. And then I also went ahead and picked up a copy of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4. Dave and I are playing through Mario Sunshine right now, and for anyone who's played that game, you probably know that it can get pretty frustrating at times. So when we get really frustrated with that game, we always just throw in like a Tony Hawk game and play through that one. And we just beat Tony Hawk 3, and I didn't have Tony Hawk 4, so I went ahead and picked this one up. It was only $4, and you know what I mean. I would have loved to pay like 2 or 3 for it, but I'm not going to find it any cheaper than 4 on eBay after shipping. So I decided I'd go ahead and get it. I do have Tony Hawk Underground 2, I think, for GameCube as well. So I'm looking forward to playing through those 2. I just love the Tony Hawk games. So I was happy with that. Anyway, though, that was the last place we stopped, so that was the end of our excursion for the day. But I thought I got a pretty good deal on the stuff that I bought, and especially these Zelda games. I'm pretty excited about these. And like I said, if anyone needs this disc 1 for Lunar, let me know. I'll just go ahead and send it to you. I really have no need for it, but it was free, so I decided I'd just take it. Anyway, guys, appreciate you watching, checking out the video, and take care.